My dear friends, Jesus has risen from the dead. He is no more among the dead. He is alive. So the resurrection of Jesus evokes mixed emotions. There's a group of women who go to the tomb. They see Jesus. They believe in him. They worship him. They were afraid, but now they're filled with hope and joy. They go back to tell the disciples of Jesus that he is alive. When the Pharisees and the chief priests hear about the resurrection of Jesus, they just try to cover it up. Of course, they had their reasons to cover up because they didn't want to be presented as failures in the society. So down the history, so many theories have come up. One of the leading theories is, Jesus really never died. He fainted on the cross. But somehow he overcame this situation and he walked out of the tomb, or he survived the tomb. There's a second theory which says, he died, but the disciples came and stole his body, therefore we don't have the body. And now they say that he is resurrected. Again, there's a third group that says, he really died, but, he never resurrected. The disciples imagined. They were having hallucinations of his resurrection. There's a third theory. And recently I happened to hear a woman say on the social media that, Jesus has never been there. It's just a fictional character. Because if he had ever been there alive, there would have been his mortal remains. So we always try to look things from an intelligible perspective. And the resurrection of Jesus, well, it is not something that can fit into the human thinking pattern. It's beyond human understanding and reason. Therefore, we conveniently try to discredit it. But my dear brothers and sisters, remember, it's only in believing Jesus, it's only in believing in the message of his resurrection, there is a hope for humanity. The very same hope for which the disciples were willing to give up their lives. The very hope or the very message which gave birth to what we believe as the great tree of Christianity, centered around the person of Jesus Christ, which brings in a lot of hope, a lot of joy to the people all around the world. Let us look into our own personal lives. How far have we accepted the resurrection of Jesus? Because even after having said that Jesus is risen from the dead, if you're still stooped deep down in your sorrows, your pains, and not willing to come out of this little hole that you have made of your agonies and sorrows, what has the resurrection of Jesus got to give you? Oh, nothing. Nothing. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, think a little seriously. If Jesus is resurrected, I think we should have the attitude of the women who went to the tomb. Let there be joy. Let there be belief. And let there be hope. An ecstatic joy and hope. That's what is a true sign of resurrection of Jesus. If Christ is resurrected, we will be joyful people. Our God is a God of joy, not a God of sorrow. A God who brings hope and smiles into our faces. Amen.